Let's begin with what is playing out in Kano State. We're being joined by the chieftain of the new Nigerian People's Party, former council chairman, also former senior special advisor to former Governor Abdullahi Ganduje. Joining us from our Kano studio is Mr. Habibu Saleh Meilemo. Mr. Meilemo, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Good morning, and thank you very much for having me.
Before we get to the conversation around Kano and its intrigue and its politics, I would like you to speak broadly to what we're experiencing in the north, whether it's northwest, north central, and northeast. So we've seen what has played out on the plateau with the killing of over 50 persons, and we've also seen the admission by the governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, talking about these elements taking over communities in large numbers and literally confessing to the fact that, stating to the effect that the gains that were recorded, the states and the country is beginning to lose grounds. You live and do business or do the things you do in the north. It appeared we had some level of success recently, but that is quickly eroding. In your view, what do you think is going on here?
Well, first, I would like to thank you for the opportunity given to me to actually say one or two things about the happenings around the north, which I believe everyone is aware that for the past 8-10 years, there's been a serious issues relating to security and largely the activities of Boko Haram, the activities of bandit, and host of so many other issues that really affect the even progress of the north in many aspects. And like you rightly said, it has been a 2-step forward, 1 step backward. We have recorded a lot of success in certain areas, especially there are a lot of success recorded in Borno and several other areas. Issues that have been happening around Kaduna, Abuja highway, and all that. There are a lot of success around that area in terms of curbing the excesses of the perpetrators of this deadly act of violence and whatever. And also, recently, there are a lot of successes recorded in the fight against the banditry around Zamfara and a host of other areas, even though there are still pocketfuls of such instances continue to occur. If you look at the whole issue, to me, generally, initially, those issues were not taken serious when they supposed to be taken serious. Politics plays a serious role into deteriorating situations, and a host of so many other actors then did not foresee the kind of magnitude of what the situation might end up being like. And the generality of the common mans are actually the ones that are suffering. Businesses is actually going down. People lost confidence in governance, and host of so many other issues. And now coupled with the current economic situation, things are actually getting worse, and it's a serious call for concern. But despite all that, we still have to acknowledge the fact that sometimes you recorded a massive gain in certain areas and you get another attack from somewhere, like the unfortunate incidents in Jos, and also the handful of other things happening around Borno and other areas of the north. So this is really something of a great concern, and I believe that is why at this particular point in time we have to look beyond politics. We have to look truly beyond our individual political parties. We have to actually come up with a collective resolve to fight this thing and to fight it in total, be it whichever way possible. But it has to involve so many people. Those that decided to keep quiet need to talk and continue to talk. And that is why in Kano, it is seriously a point of concern where federal governments or other players from the opposition party tend to joke around with issues that have a potential to degenerate into serious security issues. The way issues of maybe the way the federal governments or the police are even handling issues, politicizing everything simply to satisfy the ego of some few, actually is a serious point of concern. Because Kano has been holding itself, and it has been a rallying point. It has been the state where the neighboring state actually run to actually feel the sense of security and what have you. And if by the activities of the police directly and that of the maybe federal government and other elements that chooses to take their political struggle to the last level, you understand, trying to create rooms, trying to create cracks where maybe if it's not handled very well.
And we hope
then,
that it stays that way.
Affect Kano in generality, and that will now
Chief, we hope that it stays that way when you talk about, Kano being the state that the others run to in terms of security. But if we had cause to reflect on other aspects of life in Kano, there may be cause for concern. And I'm, referring to Kano politics now. Watching political events unfold, the cancellation of the Durbar, the reports of violence, as Emir Sanusi, chose to embark on his own horse ride. Prior to that time, reports of unrest between youths who were divided, along factions, some in support of one emir, the other in support of the other emir. Is the NNPP having cause to, the NNPP-led government now, to reflect on its role in the repeal of the emirate law, the new legislation, which has now led to Kano having 2 emirs, unprecedented in the history of the state?
Well, I think every person in Kano has responsibility, irrespective of the political party, but one needs to really place everything where it will be crystal clear for all to see who is really at fault. Now, the Kano State Governor is the chief security officer of the state. And until a day to Salah, you understand, we have received several briefs, several commitment from the police that everything is going on perfectly. There is no cause for alarm. Things will be done as per the tradition, as per the way things have been going on before. And even I believe, even 24 hours or so before Salah, there was a general security meeting with the state governor. There was never any alarm that was raised by the police or by any other serious-minded security outfit about any chances of anything happening. And even at the eve of that particular Salah, the Emir Aminu was already on the air confirming to all that he is no longer going to go on with his own scheduled Dava or what have you, and which also calm nerves and also give the good atmosphere, a good vibe in the state. Only some few hours to the whole programs, the police received their instruction from God knows where and decided to say that they have banned the Dava, the Salah celebration, and also they have, but they are very specific about what they have stopped, what they ask people not to do, that they should not ride on a horse and what have you. And even now that I think there is a substantial compliance by the directors of the police. And also I want to chip in here, creating a false scenario, creating a false atmosphere that created fear in itself actually is disservice to the state and also disservice to the generality of the people. You understand? Because where police, we have seen what happened when the Maulid is going to take effect in Kano, where the police created a false narrative that there is going to be this, there is going to be that from the sources, which are verified not to be true. and also the Maulid took place without any problem. And the government has its own ways and mechanisms through which it also generates its own data, its own information as well.
Right.
Because for a very long time in Kano State and under this particular dispensation, so much of the police issues, you understand, there is no reliability as to what and who is actually dictating the tone here in the state. And because of that, the state will have to definitely devise its own means through which it generates the information, and also it was able to do whatever it is that is. And even if you look at from the press, you can see it was a successful Salah celebration. There was never any incidents, you understand, that even warrant mentioning, because yeah, there is a particular incidents which even the emir and host of other people that were in the entourage have not even had a single notice of it. And even the report of that particular Salah police report has proven that everything is done successfully, only for the police to also begin to come up with another issues, hoping to create chaos in the state and what have you.
Well, Mr. Malema, one of the chieftains in your party, pardon me, had also alleged that there were plans to maybe declare a state of emergency in Kano State. Is that something that you're aware of? Is that something you can confirm? And what proof or evidence do you have to that effect?
Yeah, I believe every Nigerian that is actually following off the happenings in the state, you will attest to the fact that there are certain people working with some other group, either from within Kano or somewhere else, that are coming up with numerous attempts to disrupt the peace enjoyed by Kano people, and also to create such an atmosphere where probably the state, because there is a clear glamour for that. I believe that everybody knows that what happens after the declaration of state emergency in River State, where we have seen the supporters of the APC here in Kano, in all their numerous pages, social media pages, and the commentaries, saying that Kano is the next, Kano is the next. And I believe that alone in itself confirmed the fact that so many people are actually hatching plans here and there, trying to make sure that that happen. And I believe if the state continues to give in to those empty threats, or continue to give in to what those people wanted, you understand, that is trying to give this atmosphere that the state is not doing well, that there is a chaos or there is a potential crisis in the state. I believe no matter what political gain they intend to achieve, it is going to definitely have also a consequences on them and on whatever they want to do. But alhamdulillah, like I told you, the state governor is right on the top of the situation. We have our own security architects that provides the needed information, at least for us to act in such a direction that prove to all that it is just a plan, it's just a conspiracy to make sure that Kano is painted in such a way that will now allow for maybe any kind of decisions the federal government may choose to take.
All right, Mr. Malema, let's talk about your party politics for the time we have. And I want you to speak to the issue or not of the level of interest in the coalition. Your party came fourth in the last presidential election with over 1 million votes for Rabiu Kwankwaso, who is the leader of the party at the national level. And there's been conversations around SDP, NNPP, Labour. You know, we're just hearing conversations here and there. Where does the party stand as we speak right now in terms of coalition? Because the NNPP rather, if it has to make any significant inroad across the country beyond Kano, which is a stronghold, it needs a stronger ties with other political parties. In which direction is the party looking?
Well, what you said is actually correct. It is for every political party, the most important thing is to see that it has actually gain a route and also continue to create alliances where necessary. But as for NNPP, I think the most important thing and what the party actually has settled down to focus on right now is to make sure that in the state, for example, Kano, where is a stronghold of the party, we have given people, the Nigerian people, a lot to see and judge. You understand? Because the most important thing is not just about coalition, it's not just about trying to kick the government out, but it is about creating an alternative that is viable enough to earn the people's trust. And that is exactly what the party is trying to do. As I speak to you now, I'm not aware of any move by the so-called other opposition coalition to reach out to either the national leader or the party for this. And for those that know our national leader, he is somebody who does not just jump into any kind of a vehicle simply because he wanted to really achieve or to really join forces with others for something that he is not yet sure of. So to us that are actually down, we are studying what exactly is going, but the focus mainly is to make sure that our party in Kano State deliver the dividend of democracy. Okay. And I believe that everybody will attest to the fact that the state governor is doing his best despite the hurdles, despite the attack from all angles.
All right.
He remains focused and resolute in trying to ensure that the ideals the party stands for has come to fruition. You've seen what he's doing in areas of education and several other areas.
We're totally out of time. We must thank you. In the coming days, we'll see how this evolves in terms of the relationships amongst political parties ahead of the next cycles of elections, if you will. The midterm of the current administration will be next month. So all of the assessment you're reading out will be easier and better at that time. But we must thank you, the Chieftain of the NNPP, former council chairman and former special advisor to former governor of Kano State, Mr. Habibul Salim Mailamo, joining us from our Kano studio. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll switch gears to a conversation with a member of the PDP Board of Trustees, a life member of the PDP Board of Trustees, Chief Body Judge, right here on the program. Join us in just a moment.